So what you're saying is Obama is the worst thing that's ever happened to this country.
The world really is. I mean, I can't speak for the world. America is just.
It's broken.
It's broken, and it's been broke. And the people that broke it, they keep putting those same individuals in position of power, which doesn't make any sense to me. That's like, yo, my house is falling apart. Well, Ev knows how to fix it. That's cool. But that guy, Thomas, down the street, I heard he's pretty bad at it. I want to pay him. I'll save Ev for a later time. Like, no, man, like we need this problem fixed. We need it resolved. And I think that with us, man, that happened with Obama, and it made white people feel so uneasy because it was like, you mean to tell me we've kept the White House white all this time, and the one time we put a black guy in here, he just alters everything for the good? Or we can't have that.
And what a lot of people don't want to admit, whether they love Obama, hate Obama, are in the middle and can admit that he did things great and that he did things wrong, because that's what presidency is, what being a human is.
I'm in the middle there, but yeah.
Right. I think that people are unwilling to admit that his presence in that office alone has stirred a lot lot of this.
Oh, absolutely.
Even while he was in office, all of the cops murdering black people, he pissed white people off. He pissed them off in a way that has continued, and Trump has now encouraged and continues to encourage.
Would Trump have even ran if Obama wasn't in office?
No. He wouldn't even have ran because Obama made fun of him. He hurt his feelings. Buffalo Bill let him buy the team.
He smoked them.
They hurt his feelings too. And he's been on a rampage ever since. But
so what you're saying is Obama is the worst thing that's ever happened to this country.
And the Buffalo Bills. I mean, all of them all together.
To me,
it's all they fault.
I think Obama gave us hope, but he did not give us a blueprint. And I say that all the time. He didn't lay down some foundational things for us to even move forward. Even like if you want to talk about reparations, he didn't even start that process. Forget just ask for him. He didn't even start the process and try and make sure we are labeled as a nation and we have our own flag and we could prepare for this talk later. He didn't do anything for that, but he gave us hope.
As a politician, Barack Obama is a classic left of center Democrat.
Right.
He's not going to give you too much. He's going to stay right down the middle. His big thing when he got in office was the ACA, and that got through because he had both sides of the house, both sides of the legislative branch. But as soon as he lost it, the plan kind of went to shit.
Oh, hell.
And they've been trying to pick at it. They've been picking at it ever since. And I think that's part of it. And then, with America being broken, I've never seen America as broken. This is what they wanted it to be.
Right.
They ratified the Constitution in 1776. Black people were seen as property. They weren't seen as people. That didn't come till almost 90 years after they ratified the Constitution to have this country put together. So is this really how they wanted it?
America's never not been broken.
You know what I mean?
This is what it is. Yeah, it's just, this is the history of it. One, I think there's a possibility that sometimes when I listen to Obama talk, he wishes he could have been more left, but being a black man and running for president, he would have never made it. If he had been any more left than he was, he would have never made it.
Which you could argue once he got elected to his second term, he probably should have done more even then.
Absolutely.
Do you think he was scared of dying? Like, okay, if I stand this way, I might get killed.
I don't know.
Do you think
Michelle talks about that in Becoming. So we just watched that documentary recently, and
good.
Michelle Obama is a force. I mean, whether you agree with their politics or not, she is incredible. And she talks about her and the kids' lives being threatened. At one point, they're like moved. She talks about how she always asked when she got in the car where the Secret Service were hiding the guns in case somebody shot them first, so she would know where to go to get the gun out of the car to protect herself. That's how they lived.
Well, they still don't live like
years.
that. They still live like that because they still have Secret Service. People still don't like them.
But when you talk about a blueprint, there are so many. To be honest with you, politics is a new arena for Black folks to really be trying to implement their needs. It really started in novels. James Baldwin, W.E.B. Du Bois, Ralph Waldo Ellison, I'm sorry. And WEB, he talked about the talented 10th.
Talented 10th. Heard that a lot of good old Hampton U.
Yes, sir. and how he felt like just 10% of the Black community. I mean, we're talking leaders, business owners, could create businesses to bring in more Black people, and that would be the start. It was just to give us something of our own. And somewhere along the lines, it's like, yes, we have Black business owners, we do, but it's like the community lost sight of helping from within.
Yeah.
And so, from there, it kind of seems like everybody, it was just kind of like a free for all. Like, we want justice. And it's like, okay, but we have this blueprint, and okay, 10% is, this is back in the day when education wasn't offered to everybody, and it wasn't, the circumstances were different. But I still believe to this day that if we were to implement that, of course, on a higher scale, that could be a blueprint, at least a part of the change. That way we're not getting things like, are you okay? And you're only being asked because we need to know if you're going to freak out and kill everybody, or if we need to, like when we ask you if you're okay, we care. You're one of us. We want to make sure you can function. We want to make sure you have what it is that you need. And America they don't believe in that unless you look like,